Hey y'all, and welcome to another Watch Cheryl Scrap video. Today I am going to be scrapping another layout for the month of challenges. This is month of challenges 6, 2018, and it's over at the Lily Pad if you'd like to join in with us. Today's challenge is to create a mood board and then create a layout based on that mood board. So you saw my mood board right at the beginning, and it has a little quote on it from Snoopy and a lot of um, purples, pinks, blues, oranges, yellows, lots of colors like that in it. So I'm going to start building my layout. And the first thing I pulled on were some green beads and a little brad and a word strip that will actually end up going up at the top. Then I've added in this little circular mat, and I thought I was going to go for the glitter version, but I choose to just go with the blue. And then I've added some string. I'm working on this row of dots. So what I've done here is I've added an adjustment layer, and so I've just hidden the part of those dots that I wanted to cover up. And now I'm trying to determine what background paper I want. I know I want to keep the front paper the solid white, but I want to have at least one paper in the background. So right now I like it, but it's a little too soft. So I go with this blue color, and or I thought I was going to go with that blue color, and I ended up pulling in this darker one, which I like, but I also wanted some more pink to show through. So I'll pull in this dotted paper, and I'm going to keep it that way for a while before I change that up. So now I'm just adding a little scribble with some stamped hearts, another little blue flower, some more paint, and a piece of washi tape that I'll move, and another little word strip. It says umbrella, which of course that's what this is. So this is my son at a local arts festival, and this is it's called the Umbrella Project, and it's an installation, 300 umbrellas over one of our local downtown streets. I did do a previous layout, just a selfie of me, and there's more information about the festival on that. It's a couple of videos past. If I remember, I'll pop the link in the description so you can go right to it. So now I'm just starting to build up my clusters. I'm going to have one at the top left, one at the bottom right, but of course there'll be kind of things all the way around, but the heaviest concentration will be upper left, bottom right. And I like having my photos this big on this page. I liked the way I took a photo of what my son was looking at, and also, kind of having the reflection in his glasses, I'm able to see what he could see, which I thought was kind of neat. So now I'm just adding this title, Keep Looking Up. Just moving it around a little bit. And that is from the Snoopy quote from my mood board. And I'm just continuing to build these layers. There's some sequins there. Those are kind of turquoisey. This is a darker blue ribbon that I'll end up putting there underneath looking. And some string flowers. And that I decided to move the date little tab. And I don't actually put the date on it. I just have it stapled there. And please excuse my sniffling. I'm just fighting a head cold. It hasn't gone into my chest or anything, but I cannot for the life of me seem to get this kicked. You see just me adding some oranges in there to pull from that, photo has oranges in it. And here's where I add in a different background pattern paper, which I liked because it had a lot of the colors I was using. So I left it there, removed the, I made the photos all a bit, the papers all a bit smaller. So you can see here now I'm just adjusting the angle of them so you can get peaks of the pink and the blue a little bit more than if they were just matted, perfectly straight on. And I think pretty much this is the way the layout's going to stay. I think this is about the point where I start working on custom shadows. But I'm not sure what I'm doing because nothing is happening right now. I was going to add some more paint, so I must have been looking for some paint. So I added that in. And I really like the addition of that paint around. It's a really good matte. And I do replace that back side of that brad with just a staple. And move that flower down. And here's where that little word strip moves up. And you'll see I leave that orange capture over my photo, I think, through the end of my recording, but it doesn't stay on the page. Oh, adding some stitching. Trying to decide where I want it to go, and I end up liking it in two different places. Alright, and here I've started working on my custom shadows, putting those shadows on their own layer and doing some working with the warp and the smudge tools. So you can see me just making some slight adjustments so it just has a more touchable feel to the page. And this really doesn't take very long, but I always enjoy the change it makes in my layout. I think especially on papers and photos and, flatter elements, I think it really helps. Like to pretend maybe there's pop dots or some other kind of dimensional adhesive that would make it stand up. So you can see me, pulling some things together so I can shadow them as one instead of having to shadow each letter tab separately. Then if they're all one, it's just easier to just move your smudge tool or the warp tool around. And here's where I'm working on the paper, so you can see those edges starting to curl up. And this is going to be the final page. You're going to see a close-up here. I've added my journaling and the date. I hope I've inspired you to create something colorful and fun while it's cold and wintry. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.